Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another healer guide. I'm going to be showing you how to play healer in F7. And I'll also be teaching you pre-dev or pre-device and what armor and gear you should be using. So for your healer gear, what you want is preferably Spirit Mask. It can be also a Necron helmet or F7 golden helmet. Bonzo helmet is also good, whatever you have, you know. Preferably a Bonzo or Spirit Mask, but it's just up to what you have. Then you want either Skeleton Master chestplate or Necron's chestplate, doesn't really matter, they're both basically the same. Necron's legging, this is necessary, you can't use any other leggings, just use Necron leggings. And you should also be using Maxor boots because of the extra speed it gives you. You will need the speed for clearing, for doing secrets, for pre-dev. It just makes life 10 times easier. Then for your inventory, you do want an aspect of the void or an aspect of the end. This will make moving around way easier. Now for healing, it's up to whatever you have. I just have a hype, but preferably, just use Wand of Atonement if you don't have a hype. Then for your bow, you do not want to be using a sword or anything. You want to be using a bow for healer, and Juju is perfectly fine. I currently have a term, but I was using Juju for many years before I got my term. So both of these are perfectly fine. Now for Dungeon Breaker, this is necessary. You cannot skip Dungeon Breaker because this is used for pre-dev and it makes getting secrets 10 times easier. For movement and for in Goldor phase, Wither Cloak Sword, extremely necessary, preferably with Ultimate Wise 5. If you don't have it, it's fine, just saves on mana. Same with Bonzo Staff, you do need it, and preferably with Ultimate Wise 5. And finally, you want Jerry Sheen Gun, preferably with Ultimate Wise 5 too. Then I also have a stack of Spirit Leaps. You do want this, Spirit Leaps are very nice. Then I have a Storm Bottle. You can use a Thunder Bottle or a Hurricane Bottle. I just have it for extra profit and it's just a way to make more money. Then a stack of Super Boom TNT and a stack of Ender Pearls. And for the Ender Pearls, you just need these for a trap room, so it's just nice to have. For equipment, you do want to be using full dungeon equipment. It's alright if you only have like 2 out of the 4 pieces. Just I'd say at least have 2 minimum, but preferably all 4, which is Bone Necklace, Shadow Assassin Cloak, Adaptive Belt, and Soul Weaver Gloves. And that is the setup you want to be running for healer. Now you don't need to have your inventory laid out like mine. I just have it because it's just the way I learned how to use it. I like to have all my utility slash mobility kind of here in Goldor, and then here is more for clearing and secrets. Okay, so for the pets that you want to be using in F7, Golden Dragon is the best. It is very overkill in my opinion. Skeleton pet I'd say is second best. It just increases your arrow damage by so much. And if you can't afford a skeleton or obviously Golden Dragon, way too expensive, right? 1.5 billion coins. But for 30 mil, you can get a skeleton pet or a wither skeleton pet. Preferably skeleton. It's just the best low tier pet I think that you can get for F7, especially as healer. You don't really need the extra health or more healing or more defense. You just need the extra damage for your arrows, which is very nice. Plus I have a Crochet Tiger plushie on here, which gives me 35 bonus attack speed, which definitely helps with clearing. That is the main important bit. Clearing, it helps a lot, and I think this is the best budget pet to use. Preferably if you have Golden Dragon, use it. If you don't, perfectly fine. I had skeleton pet for like 3 years before I got my Golden Dragon, so don't worry if you don't have any high level. Ender Dragon is also very nice if you have that, like, but if you don't have the money to afford an Ender Dragon or Golden Dragon, then just go for skeleton pet, and if you can't afford skeleton pet, go for wither skeleton. Definitely recommend upgrading from wither skeleton pet to skeleton pet for the extra damage as soon as possible. So for attributes, it's very nice to have shell-wise maxed because it'll give you immunity to all knockback. This is very nice because you can put another pet item on your pet other than the shelmet, which is very nice. Then other important shards I'd say is skeleton ruler. This one's very nice, 30% more damage to skeletal mobs. That's basically an F7 plus 30% damage. You definitely want these two, resistance to mobs. It's just nice to have. This is another nice attribute shard to have maxed because it will just give you more damage when clearing. This is also very nice to have maxed, but obviously I don't have it maxed out. It's just if you can. This attribute is also very useful because it helps clearing in F7. Now this attribute is probably one of the most important, I'd say, because it increases your range damage by a lot. I should definitely have this maxed out. I need to just go buy the shards for it, but this I'd probably say is to max out, very important. And that's pretty much all the attribute shards you'd kind of need. I mean, there's obviously more that you can get, but it's not necessary. Just I'd say if you want to see what else you could probably get, just go and filter by combat and just look through all the shards and what they give you, and I just buy shards according to that. Maybe even look in the global section. Also just give you global buffs for your profile, and just go through them and see which ones you actually need. For attributes, that's pretty much it, but I'd say have shell wise maxed out. This is very important, very useful, very handy. Now on to the guide for pre-device. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do pre-device and how the boss fight is going to work. And I'm not really going to show you how to do clear or secrets because you just get faster at them with time, and just the more secrets you do, the faster you'll get. So let's get into it. Okay, so we've just spawned into Maxor, and I'm going to show you how to do pre-device from this recording. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to dig down. So as you can see, I run to the side from the middle. I'm not standing in the middle because the tank is going to go through there. So I go to basically the last block, one before this edge, and I'm going to dig like a 1x2 hole. So I dig the 1x2 hole, I fall down, I take my bonzo staff out, and then I'm just going to use this to get to these two obsidian blocks here. So these two obsidian blocks is where we're going to want to go, because we're going to break these and we're going to mine till there's dirt. That's how we're going to get to the pre-device. So let's go over that again. So we spawn into Maxor here, I run, I go to the side, I break a hole, I fall down, and then from here I run to those two obsidian blocks. Now I take my dungeon breaker and then I mine until there's dirt. So you see I've reached dirt, boom. Now I just dig straight down, all the way down, just go straight down. And actually another tip here, when you're digging straight down, hold W towards the corner on the left, because it will make you not fall in the lava, and it will actually speed up getting to the actual device. So you'll see here I go into this corner, I'm holding W, and then I fall on this purple like concrete, and now you just do your device as normal. So you see I've left this one at 1, so that way the device won't automatically reset when we enter this part of the Goldor phase. Now you see when Maxor is enraged, when it says this text on the screen, this is when you want to use your wish. Right now you press Q, you use your wish, you save your tank. Okay, now once you're done with pre-device, you just want to bonzo jump, use your cloak, and just get to the next area. Like I like to just go on this white area, use my bonzo. Then next crucial thing is you'll see here, I will bonzo here, and then what you want to do is you want to mine into these two. Don't mine into this because this is a part of the gate and it just won't let you mine these blocks. You want to mine these two blocks all the way through. Just you want to go 1x2 hole all the way through. And make sure you're holding W because it'll save you some time, as you'll see. So I mine, I hold W, I land on this thing, I go to the side, I go to here, jump on this, you fall in the lava, then I just hold A, jump onto that, use my Jerry Sheen gun, and now I'm on top of here. And then you just flick these 6 levers, as you can see marked in red. And then from here, if you don't have an arch sitting there doing SSC, then you just want to do basically what I'm doing here, which is use your bonzo staff and bonzo jump. You'll make it all the way, so you'll fall into here, then you can bonzo off of this, and then you want to mine these 2 blocks right here because it's not part of the game, it will let you mine these. So you mine this, then you just make your way to the device, and then you just sit on these 4 blocks. Just sit right here in the middle and face this. And now all you have to do is wait, and then the one thing that you should be doing here in this phase is you'll see a number or a countdown come up on your screen when Storm says this line right here. So you see here's the number, right? Here's the countdown. So you want to use your wither cloak. And then when you use your wither cloak, you just wait for the thing to pass. And then you can stop using it, and now you just wait until Storm is killed by your team. Okay, well this run is not that great, but anyway, now once they've killed Storm, everyone will leap to you and they'll go to their respective terminals, and in here you just start doing device. It's nice to have a mod which just shows you which ones to press. It makes life 10 times easier. And once you're finished the device, just leap to arch or bonzo yourself to the area. Then for this part, it depends, like you can just go up any way. Like for example, usually most people they'll bounce in this lava and then they will Jerry Sheen up on that side, but I like to go here where I kinda did my pre-dev, and it's just nicer and more comfortable for me personally. So once I'm done pre-dev, I just jump 1, 2, 3, jump over these things, activate this lever, and then activate the other lever. That's your roll done in this part of the phase. Then from here, you want to bonzo once the gate is open. So you want to bonzo, and you're aiming to go kind of on this gray thing right here. This is what you're aiming for, because depending on the party, you want to be doing terminal 2, or maybe it's terminal 3. I think it's terminal 2 it's called. So you want to be doing this terminal up here. So you just want to be aiming for this little gray area. So you jump onto here, jump in the lava, and you're doing here terminal 2, and you want to do this terminal. Depends on the party. Some parties, like the Burrs does this terminal, but usually Healer does it. And here, usually you want to just jump over. I fell in the lava, so I'm just having to jump up. And then all you have to do, see here, since we did pre-device, all we have to do is just press the arrow once, and that saves us a whole bunch of time in this section. Boom, gate is open. Now here, you preferably want to be leaping to mage if they're doing core. It's called mage core because the mage will be standing kind of over here, and then you can just run, and it depends on the party. Let's say if Burrs or Berserker is doing I4, or he just said he'll do the device in section 4 of Goldor, you don't have to jump up where I'm jumping. Usually you'd go to the terminal, this one. Usually you go and do this terminal. And then how I like to get up to device 4 is what I'll do, run into the lava, and then you jump on top of these 2 blocks right here. Then I'll use my Jerry Sheen gun to launch me up a little bit higher, and then use my Jerry Sheen gun again. Boom, I'm on device. Now you can just pull out your Juju or Term, and you're perfectly fine to do device. Okay, once the whole team is done doing the entire section, you just want to go through this door. You want to go to this kind of one of these two corners. See, I go to this corner and I go on these two gold blocks. You can't mine the bedrock blocks, so you have to go through the gold blocks. So I'll go into here, I'll wait a couple seconds for my team to get in here, and then I'll drop down, and here, this is a strategy called 3x3. You want to mine these 3 blocks right here. You'll see you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 5th block from the edge. I like to use this block as my reference point because I know I can just look at this block. Okay, I see it, then I'll just mine 3, 3, and 3, as you'll see. Boom, I use that block, I wait for Goldor to die, and then I'll mine these 3 blocks. Crucial thing, wait for Goldor to die before you mine these, because if you mine them too early, they'll respawn, and then the 3x3 won't work. And then after this is done, it's pretty easy. I mean, you just wait, Necron, this won't break, and then you just have to go to Necron's platform over there, cloak, and then you just sit here and wait. Usually your team will just leave to you. It just depends on the teammates who you have. It's up to the team if they want to go themselves or leave to you. And then you just kill Necron and run over. And that's how you play healer in F7. Hope you enjoyed. That was a terrible run, but still showed you how to do pre-device. And I hope you enjoyed this guide. I hope it kind of taught you how to play healer. And let me know if you want me to make any other dungeon guides for any other classes. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.